That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Gillespie, and there's the horn. Denver snaps a 2-game losing streak at Ball Arena. They absolutely blow out the Cleveland Cavaliers behind a triple-double from Nikola Jokic. 5 players in double figures for Denver. Nuggets win it 130-101.
Yes, Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane. I'm Rob Trujillo filling in for Kaner. He's out sick today. With the two fellas that called 2 wins that led to 2 playoff berths over the weekend. Vic, Moj, if I could start with Vic here. Vic, excellent job, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
And
I appreciate that. I'm no Mosier or Marlowe, but it was fun.
Yeah, with the awe.
Okay, Moj.
Am I just going to have to shut this off?
See, it's already 9 o'clock where Mosier is, so is it 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock? He's in a suit already.
Robbie, I'm in a suit already. Here we are in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. Actually, it's raining today hardcore. It was fine walking from the hotel down to the rink, and then I got to the rink and it started pouring like a mother. So I'm soaking wet, but I feel good. Hey Rob, Vic, is everything settled down now? I mean, are we settled after the weekend? Are we settled down a little bit? The Nuggets beat a very good Cleveland team, the number 3 team in the Western Conference, and they just beat them. They smoked them like a doobie, right? And the Avalanche on Saturday. I mean, you're down 4-2 to a Predators team that was 16-1-2 in their previous 19. And you stuck it right in their stick hole. So can we settle down a little bit and let's get on with the season and let's focus on what's ahead? Is that okay with you, Vic? Rob, you guys cool?
Well, both teams regained their poise with offensive explosions. The Nuggets couldn't miss a 3, and the Avs just went berserko, putting a touchdown on the board. So the curse of the painting is clearly over. That's done. No, don't have to hear about that anymore. And now with 2 weeks to go in the regular season, we could look forward to where they need to finish now and specifically who you want them to play in the playoffs. Because you might be surprised by what I tell you guys, what I want the Nuggets to do, where I want them to end up. And it's not the number 1 seed.
Okay. Well, I thought both wins very emblematic of each team's season, right? The Avs get down early, come racing back, ends up not being a game at all. 7-4 final, empty netter in there. Nuggets played with their food a little bit, and then when they really wanted to hit the gas, they played defense, they hit shots, and they were great. So, but Vic, tell us, where do you want these Nuggets to end up through the end of the season?
I think I've made this case before on this show. I want OKC to get the number 1 seed, and I'd like the Nuggets to finish with the number 2 seed. Because I think when you get to that Western Conference final, if they are the number 2 seed, they will still have home court. I don't think OKC gets there. As much as I am respectful of what the Thunder have done and how impressed I am, SGA hitting a turnaround shot, seconds to play, as much as they impress the hell out of me, youthful, exuberance. They are a great team. They're not going to survive the postseason. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to survive it. So I would rather them have the number 1 seed. Just go ahead, wear that crown. The Nuggets get in with number 2. And to get number 2, you have to beat Minnesota on April 10th. You have to. That's not a if or. That's you have to win that game.
Vic,
so I think that's where we go.
Vic, what if I tell you that cost Jokic an MVP? You don't care?
You're looking at somebody who I don't care about the MVP.
Okay.
I don't.
All right, I was just curious.
I couldn't care. I couldn't care less either. Rob, Vic's got a point here. And I saw Jamal held out yesterday, and I thought to myself, and I was bummed at first because I was worried. I mean, you had a couple of bad games, and then you're not scoring 100 points, and Jamal's not in the game. And you're like, oh man, I don't know, I don't feel so good. You got to have faith in this team, and you got to have faith in Michael Malone and the plan for this team. And I'm with Vic. I don't mind not having the number 1 seed as long as you got your stuff together and you're a fully healthy team. When I listen to the Nuggets talk about the end of this regular season and talk about them going into the playoffs, and especially Nikola Jokic, it's all about the health. It's about, okay, listen, man, if we're who we're supposed to be, watch out. I mean, that's kind of the idea, that we know what to do. We know how to do it. We know what we're going to do. We know what we're capable of. We just need to be healthy and have all of our guys at our disposal. And so to hold him out yesterday, and I was, again, leery of it. I'm like, oh, okay, I think he could probably go. I see him shooting around, pregame and all this. Smart decision. This is why, Michael Malone's not panicky or anything like that. Hold him out, be smart, and then just get ready for the postseason. And if it's so be it, the number 2 seed, Vic, Robbie, I'm totally fine with that. Do not kill yourself trying to get there. Kill yourself once the postseason starts. That's where my head is at this morning.
I'm going to disagree with you just for this reason, Vic. I think, and I mentioned this in the appetizer hour, I think the fact that you know that you have a week off now in between the regular season and the playoffs means I want you to push as hard as you can during the end of the regular season. Because the 1 or the 2, does it matter all that much? No, I don't think it matters all that much, but there's no reason not to push because you're still going to get a full week of rest because of those play-in games. And that's a longer break than Jokic has had all year. It's going to be a longer break than most of those players have had all year.
Rob, my pushback to your pushback is pretty simple. That week's rest won't matter if the matchups don't align with what you want to do. You want favorable matchups, and here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the standings in the Western Conference, and it's going to be the Lakers and Warriors in that 9-10 play-in. Okay, they're going to be playing each other. One of those teams is going to miss the playoffs. Sayonara. 7-8 right now is currently Sacramento Phoenix. One of those teams will stick as the 7 seed. Let's say it's Phoenix, because Sacramento lost Malik Monk. He's out for the foreseeable future. Huge loss for them. So let's say the Suns take that 7 seed, and the Lakers end up beating Sacramento for the 8 seed, which could very well happen. All right, now it's your choice of whatever you want there, whoever you want to face. Here's the problem I have with the play-in situation. If you're the number 1 seed, you won't know who you play until Thursday.
Yeah, but Vic,
Thursday.
I know, and Malone has talked about that before. But how much do you think that matters for this team?
I think in the scouting department it matters. I think every little thing matters. And I'll ask you, I'll counter that. Would you rather play, and you're gonna have your choices here. Would you rather play Dallas, New Orleans, Phoenix with at least 3 days scouting, or would you rather play the Lakers or even the Suns? They could move back down to that 8 seed with 1 day scouting. What would you rather do?
It's convoluted. Listen, give me the Lakers, okay? They're not a very good basketball team. So give me the Lakers all day, and also, by the way, Rob, all night. Okay, you got the all day, right? And then all night, I'll also take the LA Lakers. They're just not very good, Vic. And again, I'm not. If the Nuggets are fully constituted, they're fully healthy, they're fully ready to go, I'm not worried, in that regard. Now, it's going to be difficult down the road, but I think that the Nuggets handle whomever is in front of their faces in round number 1. Honestly, they have a hiccup with the Phoenix Suns, and I don't know why that is. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it came to be, so on and so forth. So I probably don't want them, but anybody else, the Mavs, the Pels, the Kings,
I don't want the Mavs
whatever's.
Either. It's the same thing you're saying, Moj. I don't want the Mavs either.
Robbie, they don't. I don't think they're built to win. I just don't. I mean, a couple games maybe, but I mean, if Luka wants to shoot his eyes out, or okay, fine. But I'm not afraid of those guys, Rob.
But it's why I'd rather end up in the 1 seed because you're pretty sure that you're not going to get Phoenix or Dallas if you end up in the 1 seed. And those are the only 2 teams that I have any even second thought about in the first round. Not that I'd be worried, but even a second thought about, Vic. You would rather play Phoenix as the 2 seed without pushing Oklahoma City for that 1 seed is what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is clearly you want the 1 seed if you can proceed at this level. I'm looking at the rest of the Nuggets schedule, and if you compare it to the rest of the OKC schedule, all right? Pull up the OKC schedule. Let's play a little tit for tat here. Go ahead. And I'm going to tell you what the Nuggets have, because the Nuggets have the easier path. There's no doubt. Easier than both Minnesota and OKC. The Nuggets play the Spurs Tuesday night. Their one tough road game left is the Clippers. That game is Thursday, the late night game Thursday. That's the remaining tough game. Hawks at home, then at Utah, which historically at Utah, you guys may laugh. I'm going to give Mosier, this is the NBA. You know how many times the Nuggets have beaten Utah at Utah under Michael Malone, Moshe?
Isn't
You
it
know how
like
many times?
Isn't it like 2 or something like that?
One.
It's just it's a one time. Okay,
The
one,
Magnificent
that was
Seven?
the seven freaking
One time.
dudes game,
Yes.
right? Is it seven
so
freaking
Moshe,
dudes?
Before,
Okay.
before you think that April 9th game at Utah is a gimme, I want you to remember that piece of history. All right? Just put that in your mouth. Chew on that a little bit. That is not a gimme game. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, before you start trying to roll a gimme game at me, just remember that piece of history. And then you got the Timberwolves the next night, back to back, at Utah. And then you got to fly back here, Timberwolves at home. That 2-game stretch right there will determine the Nuggets' fate.
You're giving me brain damage trying to think of who the opponent is going to be and so on and so forth, man. I'm just happy they got right yesterday. That's what pleases me the most. I'm happy they got right. Obviously, Mitchell did not have a good game. Mobley had a pretty dang good game, but I'm more concerned about our guys. I'm concerned about watching Joker do what he does. I'm watching MPJ do what he does. You know, I'm watching KCP, who, by the way, did not have a good previous game, has a terrific game yesterday, and it's just the way they put it together. There was a certain